I mean, what the? GameMasters here, and the newest Wizards of the Coast point of confusion is them wanting to charge you to play Dungeons & Dragons with an AI DM. Yes, an artificial intelligence dungeon master. Let that sink in for a moment. Pay to have the game Dungeons & Dragons run by an AI. The payment element aside, there are several reasons why using an AI as a dungeon master for a game of Dungeons & Dragons is not good. One reason is that the AI is not going to have the creative flexibility that a human dungeon master has when it comes to creating and adapting to unique situations and player choices. An AI won't be able to fully understand and respond to the emotional and social dynamics of the players, which is an important aspect of a successful game. An AI won't be able to improvise and respond to unexpected situations as well as a human dungeon master can, which will overall lead to a less enjoyable experience for the players. Another reason is that an AI isn't able to understand or incorporate the role-playing aspect of the game, which is kind of the core aspect of Dungeons & Dragons. Listen, in role-playing games, players take on the role of a character and act out their actions and decisions in-game. An AI can't comprehend or understand the motivations and personalities of the characters, which can make it damn near impossible for the AI to create a believable and immersive game world. The AI isn't going to be able to understand or respond to the player's intentions, which will simply lead to confusion and frustration for the players. For example, if a player wants to move into a space but doesn't realize that it's blocked, that player and human DM can talk it out. An AI DM will simply try to make a ruling. There is no going back. Another issue is that an AI may not be able to understand the rules correctly, especially if the rules are complex and open to interpretation. This can lead to mistakes in the game, which is just going to frustrate the players and disrupt the flow of the game. A human dungeon master is a facilitator of the game, and not just a rules enforcer or storyteller. They can read the group's mood and adjust the game accordingly. They can also create a sense of community and connection among the players, which is another important aspect of the game that an AI just can't pull off. D&D relies heavily on the element of surprise and randomness, which is achieved through the use of dice rolls and last-minute imaginative thinking on the DM's part. An AI, being a deterministic system, won't be able to spontaneously inject the randomness and unpredictability of dice rolls, or flub them if the situation really calls for it. Dungeons & Dragons also plays heavily on using the player's creativity, improvisation, and imagination. An AI won't be able to provide the same level of reaction to the player's creative freedom and flexibility that a human dungeon master can, which is going to limit the player's ability to fully immerse themselves into the game. Furthermore, an AI won't care about the player's preferences and play styles. A human dungeon master can adapt and adjust the game to suit the player's needs, but an AI just won't have the same level of adaptability. I have no clue what's going on over at Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast, but they evidently have found someone's stash, and it's evidently some pretty good stuff. For them to think that any of this is a sound idea. Maybe I'm the stupid one, though. I mean, I fully admit that of all the things I've just stated that an AI DM can't accomplish versus what a human DM can accomplish, that there is one word as a human DM that does kind of scare the hell out of me, and it's the word yet. I'm not saying any of this out of denial, and I'm not saying it out of being scared of being replaced. If the world wants to run an AI DM to run their games, by all means, run with it. I just don't think it's going to work for the exact reasons I stated earlier in this video. Answer this for me, though. Are you willing to pay a subscription fee, or even a per-session game to have an artificially intelligent dungeon master run your game? Let me know down in the comments, and until next our paths cross, may your AI DM not actually be a Terminator.